Hi there everyone and welcome to the Watch channel. First of all, before we start this video, just want to ask if you do like the content or you do like what you're seeing, please do consider giving us a like and subscribing. It would really be helpful. Thank you so much. Guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at these, which are the Bulova surfboards. We have two versions for you to look at today. This is the Pepsi bezel version with a blue dial and a cream surfboard insert. We also have the Coke bezel version, which has the cream dial and the black insert. So let's get straight into it, guys. Okay guys, so the Bulova surfboard. As the start of the video sort of showed, we've got two models here to show you. We have the Coke version, so essentially a black and red bezel, and we have the Pepsi version, which is the red and blue bezel with a blue dial. Now, just if we start on this particular model, the bezel there you can see red and blue, dial blue, with a silver inner oval dial. You do have, sorry, I forgot to say, red hands there. So you've got a red seconds hand, and then you have the minute and hour hands with red tips on the end. Now, the silver dial version, or the Coke bezel, whichever way we want to cut it, you can see there you have a cream dial and you have a black inner oval subdial. Now, the one thing that is a little bit confusing for me in terms of the aesthetics was, as I sort of said, this one has a red seconds hand and the red tips on the minute and hour markers. This actually has orange, and sort of, if truth be told, when I look at it and upon reflection, it makes it look as though they ran out of the right colour hands. It's just a little odd that you would have a different colour. I can see why they had red hands here, because they've got part of the red bezel, but this also has a red bezel, so it does sort of surprise me or confuse me why they put orange hands on. So in terms of dimensions, diameter of the watch, so across the way here, 40 mils. You have a thickness of 14 mils. And the lug width on this watch is 20 mils. And I know some of you guys always ask about that, and that is the beauty of straps or watches like this that come on a rubber strap. The opportunities to customize it to your own taste and liking are endless. But I'd say 20 mil there. There's no requirement for a curved lug as far as I can see. So go for your life on choosing something that may be a little bit more pleasing to your eye and taste. If we look specifically at the case, you do have a brushed top and polished sides. The bezel seems to be made of some kind of polymer or plastic, and certainly has some sort of aluminium top. You do have a lume pip there at 12, and that pip is a just applied. There's no protection around it, which I'll come to in a little while. But yeah, as you can see, black, red, and it isn't ratcheting. It's actually just a friction-based bezel. So you just turn it, and it moves freely. The one thing I would say about that as a positive is the fact that you won't ever have any alignment issues. You can just make sure it's there because you can put it wherever you want, basically. But there are some concerns that I do have about that bezel. Now, the glass on this is a double-domed sapphire crystal. It does have anti-reflective coating on it. On the inside, so as you can see, it is quite legible. Again, with double dome, you do get some sort of flaring and I suppose distortion on the inner dial here. The crown is screw-in, although I have seen marketing reference material stating it's just push-in. It isn't, it's push-in and screw-in, and that's probably why this watch has 200 meters water resistance. With it being quartz module, accuracy on this watch is not going to be an issue. You're going to be looking at maybe 15 seconds a month, something like that, which is about half a second a day, if that. And again, 15 seconds is probably overstating it. You will certainly find this to be a very accurate watch. Now, the one thing I would say is it is not a Bulova quartz movement, so it's not from their 262 kilohertz range. It is actually a Myota quartz movement inside the watch, so it's not going to be as accurate as what you might find on the Lunar Pilot, and that is something just to bear in mind. And I am a big fan of chronographs, especially quartz chronographs, where you see the central seconds hand moving in these increments, which sort of replicates a mechanical chronograph. When you press the top button to pause it, and then the bottom reset, you obviously see that it moves with that sweet glide back to the 12 o'clock position. You do have a screw down case back, which is quite nice. It's got almost like a panerai sort of effect. You know, I don't know why they have to do this, but assembled in China. Really, really nice watch, and I've got nothing against Chinese watches. You know, I think they're quite good value for money, but it does escape me why you would have to have you know, an assembled in China sticker attached on there. It does detract away from the watch when you open the packaging and find that. But you know, it's quite a nice watch overall. If I'm going to be giving a case score, I would say probably a 7 out of 10. I love the styling of it. It's very retro, but the bezel is a letdown for me. Looking at the legibility of these two watches, I think it'd be fair to say that they are very, very legible. As you can see, there is no date on these watches, and I like that on chronographs. I must say I am very, very pleased to see no date on this, because I think it would just complicate it too much. The dial's quite busy as it is, and I think putting a date window, typically at what's probably going to be the 4:30 position, is going to make it just too cluttered. Like I say, legibility is fine. You do have that lume pip up at the 12. The applied metal markers on the dial do have lume on them, and bearing in mind this is what is effectively a Citizen, the lume on it should be quite good, and I'm going to put some pictures up for you now so you can see that. But yeah, very, very nice. The dial legibility, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If we move to the strap, it's rubber, so you know, it is what it is. I like the fact that you see there it does have branding. It has a nice signed deployment clasp, and I do like the fact that they have integrated the ability for the clasp to be sized within the patterning on this this strap. That's pretty cool. It is quite flexible, quite supple. It's got a nice carbon fibre sort of style printing on the top of it, and plain on the back, nice and smooth. I've put it on. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. The watch sits nice on the wrist, and again, because it's got that curved case, that does help with ergonomics. If I'm going to give the strap a score, it's an 8 out of 10. Start looking at the overall value proposition of this watch. I'm a big fan of retro styled watches. I've had a Nevada Grenchen Chronomaster for quite some time, and I love the retro look of that watch. It was nicely sized, and this is no different. Look, it's not a big watch, but it's not small either. But it's the colorways are just really unique, and that surfboard sub dial really does catch the eye. Yes, it does have a quartz movement, but for me that says reliability, it says ease of use, it says no servicing costs. And again, you start looking at a retro watch, you need to get a retro mechanical service. It's going to cost you an absolute fortune. So I don't see any negatives really. Overall value proposition for this watch, I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've got plenty of other footage. I may put it up in a separate video just for you to take a look at. So let me know if you want that. But other than that, guys, I wish you all the best. Keep an eye out for the video that drops with the code for this particular version if you're interested in buying. But other than that, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.